Growing Up Poor, written by Christina Curtin, September 14th, 2022. I'm not proud of a lot of things I did as a teenager. I know I'm not alone in this. I always say that you shouldn't judge the teen stars that have paparazzi following them all the time, like Britney, Bieber, or Miley Cyrus. Hell, I'm lucky no one was documenting my every move at that age. I'd be in jail 10 times over for all the things I've done. I'm not boasting about this. In no way I am proud of the moments from my past, but it's the truth. I made a ton of bad choices. I've shared a lot on my blog so far about my childhood, but I haven't really talked about the fact that for the first 8 years of my life, I grew up poor. Growing up poor caused me to do things I'm really not proud of, but those choices and moments also shaped me for the years that followed, and I wouldn't change my experiences because it's brought me to where I am today. I'm sharing this piece of my life because it's a part of me that I haven't yet. It's a part I'm not proud of, but it's a part that made me who I am today. We've all had experiences that shaped us, good or bad. Being poor shaped me. It shaped how I thought and acted. Not having money can truly suck, but depending on what type of person you are, it can either build your character or break you down. It did both for me at various times. Here's how. I remember that when I was little and lived with my mom and dad, we had no car. We used to have to walk to the grocery store, which was only about a mile from the house, but when you are young, that mile felt like 20. Seriously, I Googled the distance while writing this post, and I am shocked it's only a mile. It felt like it took forever to get there and back. The worst part of walking to and fro was the fact that we took a shopping cart home with us every time. My parents would push the shopping cart home uphill on a main street, and I just remember the embarrassment of it. Trying to hide my face as the cars drove by in fear that someone from my school would see me and my family. I was young, but old enough to have experienced bullying by then. I knew that seeing me with my family trekking a grocery cart home with us would not help in the popularity department. And good Lord, I needed help desperately. Kids are brutal, folks. Being poor also meant not being above taking handouts or secondhand anything. I've mentioned before that I used to get free clothes for the winter. I got free lunches at school and was an angel tree kid. My parents were on food stamps. Pride wasn't holding us back from taking help. That's all fine. In reality, my parents were basically ill-equipped to work. With 2 kids, they needed assistance, and that in itself isn't embarrassing. There really weren't any other options for them. What makes me look back and cringe a bit more are some of the creative ways we found to get by, like the fact we used to go garbage picking in our neighborhood. Yes, we sifted through people's trash. Just ew. It helped that the main trash pile for the housing plan we lived in was right outside our front door. We would walk past on garbage nights and eye the bag piles and discarded shit, trying to discover if there was anything worth grabbing. I think we got a sofa this way. Let's just take the trash bags off it and drag that sucker down the little hill and right into our front door. Why not? Yet even now, as an adult, my eyes still have the habit of scanning the street line on garbage nights to see what's out there. I will say I haven't taken anything in a very, very long time. I'm at a place in my life where another person's trash doesn't have to be my treasure. It was a hard habit to grow out of, though. Garbage picking got us stuff, but having money was way better. And throughout my years, I found many ways to get money. As I got older and more mature, the ways to get money become more honest. But there was a period in my life when my desire to have money made me do things I'm not proud of. No, I was not a hooker, if that's what you're thinking. Good God. First, there's my body issues. And second, I don't like sex that much to find money a compelling enough reason to want to do it with a stranger. No, I did things like empty the lint canisters in the vacuum stands at the local car wash, sifting through piles of dirt and debris to grab the change, and sometimes dollars, that got sucked up when people were cleaning the insides of the car. The pure excitement of digging through the dirt and uncovering a $5 bill is glorious, like I was a pirate or some shit like that. The vacuum canister scrounging is more scrappy and somewhat sad. Embarrassing because I am not really proud of the fact that I had to do that, but it was kind of creative. No, what I'm really not proud of is the fact that when I got older, this scrappiness evolved into behavior like stealing money from the house I was cleaning for with my aunt, or stealing money from the people I was babysitting for. I look back at those instances with pure shame. I try to not regret anything in my life because it brought me to this spot today. But I broke trust and took from people that were kind, and that wasn't right. Don't worry, I got caught and was punished. There's actually very little that I did back in the day that I didn't get caught and punished for. I was a bad liar and apparently not made to be a professional thief. Regardless, these actions stemmed from me being poor and wanting so badly to have money that I felt the need to take it from people. I'm not using being poor as an excuse for this behavior at all. I shouldn't have done it, but I don't think I would have stolen if I didn't have the background that I did. At a young age, I remember overhearing my parents talk one night about money and that they were worried about us being evicted from our current home. They mentioned having to sleep on the streets. That thought was frightening to me. I fell asleep that night wondering how we would carry my bed on the streets. I had a reoccurring dream afterwards that I was sleeping in my bed underneath a bridge in downtown Pittsburgh, cold and scared. I was fortunate enough to never be homeless, but that fear was there. The fear of not having enough money, the fear of not having a roof over my head, the fear of those things further alienating me from other kids and never fitting in. This childhood made me scrappy. It made me make some serious mistakes and ultimately learn from them. It made me realize that if I want something, I need to work for it. I can't live off hand-me-downs or other people's trash. I need to make something of myself. I couldn't have the life I wanted any other way. Being poor made me the frugal person I am today. Yes, I am the person that fills up the detergent bottles at the grocery store because there are 2 damn inches left at the top and plenty of room for more liquid. The person that keeps tags on everything until I know I want to keep it. But I'm also the person that sent myself to college, got a great job, and make great money. I constantly work to create more wealth for my family. I own property and run 2 successful Airbnbs. I have a 401k and investment account set up for each of my children. I'm working to publish children's books and find ways to make this blog generate revenue. I teach my kids the importance of money because I want them to have a full life without worry of being poor. I did and do all of these things because I was poor. I am deeply grateful and proud that I was able to overcome the obstacles from my childhood and have the life I have today. My life could have ended up drastically different if I was a different type of person or if I continued down the path of stealing. Everyone has their unique struggles, so I don't think my experiences are that special. However, not everyone shares at the level I do either. I do it for me as therapy, but also to help others. There are parts of your life that will either break you or shape you, and you need to decide which one it will be. I will never be broken.